Welcome back. And in our business news, Emirates MBD said its takeover of Islamic lender Dubai Bank won't hurt its profitability. That's according to Bloomberg News. The takeover will, quote, not affect the profit and loss of the non-performing loan percentages due to the transaction structure and support provided by the government of Dubai, the CEO of Emirates MBD, Rick Pudner, told reporters in a conference call. He added that Emirates MBD will capitalize the currently unprofitable Dubai Bank as much as necessary, and this will have only a very small impact on the group's overall capital ratios. Dubai Bank's takeover by Emirates MBD was ordered yesterday by the ruler of Dubai, His Highness Sheikh Mohammed bin Rashid Al Maktoum. The Australian government has just passed a controversial carbon tax law, which is the most ambitious tax scheme outside of Europe. This comes at a crucial time for the UAE, which is striving to reduce its yearly carbon emissions through the Dubai Carbon Centre of Excellence. Lourdes Sexton has this report.
The passing of the controversial carbon tax bill by the Australian government this week comes at a welcome time for the carbon community, amid uncertainty of the future of the Kyoto Protocol. And also this week, the UN's top climate change official, Cristina Figueres, expressed optimism that some form of international agreement would be reached to allow for the expansion of the global carbon market. Both are welcome news for the UAE's drive to decrease carbon emissions.
What this means to the UAE is that after Kyoto, they will be able to sell carbon credits from new projects, so projects registered after the end of the current Kyoto Protocol, to countries like Japan and Australia. And this creates the market that was so restricted by the European legislation.
The Dubai Carbon Centre of Excellence aims to help local projects receive United Nations funding and is encouraging participation by government and private companies. They have an ambitious target of reducing 5 million tonnes of carbon emission each year, and currently their projects are expected to cut carbon emissions by 1.7 million tonnes in the Emirate per year.
Dubai Carbon Centre of Excellence came with a partnership with the partners are the core of the business. So it's Dewa, Dubai, Enoch, as well as Istidama. So from there, having these partners together behind this Carbon Centre of Excellence, we can see very clear objective toward reducing the carbon in an economic way.
It is crucial that the general public gets involved in carbon-friendly initiatives, but educating them to get involved will be challenging.
We set a target for every consumer, especially the government, and this is the way how we're going to drive the business. I mean, the future is not only a responsibility of DEWA, it's contribution of all.
I'm giving out free light bulbs in an effort to penetrate about 720,000 households with the knowledge and the opportunity to participate. Now, the free CFL distribution program will start by the end of next year and will distribute free light bulbs.
A lot still needs to be done to encourage companies to get involved in becoming more carbon friendly. So collaboration is needed by all. Lourdes Sexton, 7 National News.
The 8th Annual International Business Awards 2011 was held in the Middle East for the first time on Tuesday evening, with Abu Dhabi playing host to the prestigious event. The UAE walked away with 24 awards, while the US topped the list with 42 and South Korea came in second with 29 wins. The awards attracted over 3,000 nominations from around 40 countries. They were open to both individuals and organizations within the private and public, as well as profit and non-profit sectors across the globe. The event was attended by Her Excellency Sheikha Lubna Al-Qasimi, the Minister of Foreign Trade, who in her speech stressed the importance of encouraging UAE companies to participate within the international market.
We are really honored to receive 5 awards this evening in different categories, and this basically reflects the position of Abu Dhabi Airport Company, not only here in the country originally, but also in the world.
I am very excited with this award. It is I extend it to all our staff. We have staff working in 18 countries. We have customers, more than 140 million customers in 18 countries. So this award is really it is for all those people.
It's a great honor. It's a very excellent thing to do, to win that, and it will give a company a boost and an honor and encourage us to work harder on that.
Both UAE stock markets, the DFM and the ADX, ended lower today. Among the remaining GCC markets, the picture was mixed. And looking to news abroad, the EU, IMF and ECB have agreed to give Greece an €8 billion lifeline next month in order to avoid bankruptcy, buying time in a debt crisis that Europe's top central banker labelled systemic. European Central Bank Chief Jean-Claude Trichet said the debt crisis had become systemic and must be tackled decisively. Therefore, it came as a relief that the so-called Troika said the latest installment of aid to Greece will be paid in early November, just in time to prevent the country running out of money. This comes after the inspectors have spent a week in Athens examining Greece's finances. Finance Minister Evangelos Venizelos reiterated Greece will not give up the euro, but warned that his countrymen would have to be prepared to accept more belt-tightening if next year's debt goals are to be met. And to tell us about the effects this payout to Greece will have on the rest of the EU and also on emerging markets, and whether there will be any sort of knock-on effect here in the Middle East, we earlier spoke with Philippe Doba-Pantanach, senior economist at Standard Chartered Bank.
Despite the fact that it looks like Greece will meet its budget deficit target, is lagging behind in terms of the privatization program, but also the whole set of structural reforms. The Troika, made up of the EU Commission, the IMF, and also the European Central Bank, will deliver the 8 billion euros that Greece will need next month. In terms of the repercussion, I think that here in this part of the world, what we're seeing is that global money managers are really selling off risky assets, and this region is part of the emerging market world. So despite high and very resilient oil prices, we have seen the equity markets very depressed and has never come back to the pre-crisis level. Bond market, we are seeing that the issuers are very reluctant to tap the debt market again and are waiting for a better time. So I think that really the repercussions are really through a rise in risk aversion. But at the same time, I think it is very important to distinguish between the asset markets that have been depressed and the real economy, which has been doing pretty good, especially in the Gulf.
Before we go, here's a quick overview of the oil, precious metals and currency markets, and after that we have today's sports news for you.